Pharaoh, seated on his golden throne, smiles as he gestures toward a beautiful noblewoman standing before Joseph. The court watches in approval. Joseph had gained Egypt's trust, and now Pharaoh gave him a home, a family, and a future.
I give you Asenath, daughter of the high priest of On, as your wife.
Asenath, an elegant Egyptian noblewoman, is adorned in gold and lapis lazuli jewelry. Her expression is calm yet curious. She was of Egypt, he was of Canaan, two worlds, now bound together by Pharaoh's will. Joseph and Asenath stand before an Egyptian high priest. Incense swirls in the air as sacred vows are exchanged. Servants hold golden vessels of oil and wine. Once a slave, now honored as nobility, Joseph embraced his new life. Years passed, and Joseph's house flourished. He was no longer alone. A beautiful Egyptian estate overlooking the Nile River. Joseph and Asenath walk through lush gardens, palm trees swaying in the breeze. Joseph cradles his newborn son, Manasseh, in his arms, looking down at him with deep emotion. Asenath sits beside him, smiling softly. "God has made me forget my sorrow," Joseph whispered, naming his firstborn Manasseh. Asenath holds their second child, Ephraim, swaddled in fine linen. Joseph kneels beside them, gently touching the child's tiny hands. "For God has made me fruitful in the land of my suffering," Joseph said, blessing his son. For 7 years, Egypt prospered. But Joseph prepared for the years to come. Massive granary storehouses are being built under Joseph's orders. Workers carry sacks of grain. Overseers keep count on clay tablets. Joseph walks through the grain storage rooms, running his hands through golden wheat, ensuring the supplies are ready. He was no longer just a dreamer. He was a leader, securing the future. Egyptian farmers celebrate a successful harvest, carts overflowing with wheat. Joseph watches from a distance, satisfied. Through wisdom, he turned Pharaoh's dream into a future. Expansive fields once lush with crops now lay barren under a scorching sun. Cracked earth and withered plants stretch as far as the eye can see. The land of Canaan lay desolate, its bounty stripped away by the relentless famine. Jacob, patriarch of his family, bore the heavy burden of their survival. Inside a modest tent, Jacob sits with furrowed brows, surrounded by his sons. The weight of the famine is evident on their faces. Hearing of grain in Egypt, Jacob made a fateful decision.
Why do you just keep looking at each other? I have heard there is grain in Egypt. Go down there and buy some for us, so that we may live and not die.
Jacob's eyes reflect determination as he addresses his sons. The brothers gather provisions and prepare for their journey, their faces a mix of hope and apprehension. With heavy hearts and uncertain minds, the brothers set forth to a land unknown. But one son would not join them.
Benjamin will stay with me. I cannot risk losing him too.
Having lost one beloved son, Jacob could not bear the thought of losing another. The brothers enter a vibrant marketplace filled with traders, exotic goods, and the grandeur of Egyptian architecture. The land of Pharaoh bustled with life, a stark contrast to the desolation they had left behind. The brothers look around in awe and slight intimidation, taking in the grandeur of their surroundings. They marveled at the splendor, unaware of the destiny that awaited them. Joseph, adorned in Egyptian regalia, stands atop a platform overseeing the distribution of grain. His gaze fixes upon a familiar group approaching. Amidst the throngs, a familiar sight stirred memories long buried.